Shalom, call halal, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bahashim Kodash, double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us the truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers that push the word of truth and sincerity to the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, to the Aquath that are listening and learning, being a pillar of rest, 144,000, one-third, the hopeful elect of Israel. My brother Yeshua, I'm back with the World War III daily update. Shalom and salutations to you all. We're going to start at 2nd Ezra 13 and 31. And one shall undertake to fight against another. All right? World war. One city against another. One place against another. One people against another. And one realm against another. Okay? Jump down to 33. And when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle they have one against another. All of this is World War III. Okay, so anyway, World War III is in the Bible. Okay, let's watch some of it. All right, this is Russia. Why has Ukraine invaded Russia's Kursk region? 1 day ago. It's not an invasion, it's special military test-owned medicine. Huh. What? Putin, how's the invasion of Ukraine going? You mean the defense of Kursk? The what? Okay, so we don't quite know what is going on over there. It's a diversion, right? They're getting their asses kicked in wherever they're over there getting their ass kicked. And they're trying to, divert people's attention. An invading country is upset about being invaded. This is convoluted at best. Okay. So let's watch a little bit of it, and we'll call it a day.
He was driving along, minding his own business. 2 fighter jets, he said, in between expletives. The Ukrainians are shooting. And it was inside Russia. Today, the local authorities were helping civilians to flee several small towns in Russia's Kursk region.
So can you imagine when the war comes here? Fighter jets, people trying to leave, trying to get out.
Scenes so familiar in Ukraine, now echoed across the border after an unprecedented large-scale Ukrainian incursion. It fell to the regional acting governor to inform President Putin of the latest developments today.
First of all, having assessed the situation, we began to evacuate people. This was a rather difficult problem because the Ukrainian armed forces' sabotage and reconnaissance groups were shelling the civilian population and ambulances.
Yesterday's surrender of Russian troops to Ukrainian forces may have angered President Putin even more, as it reveals that the Russians were taken by surprise. After a series of recent successes inside Ukraine, they were not expecting an attack within their own borders.
Everyone can see that the Ukrainian army knows how to use surprise and knows how to achieve results. This is demonstrated on the battlefield, where our soldiers not only withstood the overwhelming force of the occupiers, but also are destroying it in order to protect Ukraine, our state, and independence.
It's kind of like Netanyahu coming to Congress and saying that we're not really conducting a genocide and we're not really murdering children and women and starving people out, but we are getting to give us more weapons and we'll get it done quicker.
In their summer offensive, Russian forces have taken new tracts of Ukrainian territory, reversing previous Ukrainian gains. They're now advancing on the garrison towns of Toretsk and Pokrovsk. But the Ukrainian incursion into the Kursk region of Russia at Nikolaevo-Darinyo has forced Russian troops in Sverdlikovo and Sudzha onto the defensive. The Russians have released footage they say shows the targeting of Ukrainian armoured vehicles. Some analysts say crossing the border is a mistake because the Ukrainians need all their manpower to defend their own territory, but others see strategic advantage.
Now, this one operation by the Ukrainians will have to change the way the Russians view their entire border defense. There can't have these no defended areas or weakly defended areas anymore. That will lead to a huge strategic change. The Russian-Ukrainian border is very long. And if the Russians are actually going to have to defend a lot of it, that will require a significant allocation of force.
It is looking like Ukraine is seeking out desperate measures to even fight. Well, come and get us. We're over here. Yeah, right. Let's watch a little more.
Today, the town of Sudzha was burning. It's not clear whether countries that back Ukraine approved this maneuver. Until now, the Americans discouraged the Ukrainians from crossing the border, especially with US weaponry, for fear of justifying Putin's assertion that this is a war between Russia and the West. But desperate times call for desperate measures.
Lindsay Hilson. Well, earlier I was joined from Kyiv by Alina Frolova, who's a former Ukrainian Deputy Defense Minister. I started by asking her whether there was a strategic reason for Ukraine's incursion into Russia.
It doesn't seem like an operation which just suddenly was decided, because from what we know, the forces which are deployed, I mean, the quality of the forces are quite high. We see that it's like a quite well-planned operation. And from some, I don't know, other signs, it's obviously seen that this operation was planned.
Do you know if President Zelensky and his military chiefs checked with their Western allies before they started the operation?
Of course.
Based on the reaction of our Western partners, it doesn't look like
Of
they
course they
knew
did.
about the operation, and which is like quite a good that no one knew.
But if it upsets, people in Washington, Paris, London, Berlin, the people who've been giving you the weapons, is it a good idea or not?
I don't think that we're fighting for having approval. Yes, we're fighting for our lives, and we always need to, first of all, consider this one. But from what we see now,
Is that Newland right there? Is that Victoria?
there is no upset.
Is there also a sense of urgency here? You've got the American elections coming up on November the 5th. If Trump wins that election, then things could turn quite negative for you quite quickly. Is there a sense of urgency here that you want to really move the front line, have some, serious victories under your belt before that date?
I think that the biggest pressure for us still is the longer we're in war, the more losses of human lives, economy, and morale we have. So I think that the biggest pressure of having the efficiency is that one. However, the elections also influence. For us, the situation is clear, but yes, it's difficult. I mean, sometimes it's extremely difficult to keep the morale high. And obviously, this operation is also influences very good on the average perception of the abilities and capabilities of our forces.
And of course, Vladimir Putin is able to use this incursion into the Kursk region to basically step up his own mobilization of men in his own country.
I don't think that he needs some reason to step up.
No, he doesn't need a reason. Oh, how about World War III? Right now, Vlad is outfitting Iran, Yemen, Hezbollah, if you will, Lebanon. We're giving them all the weapons and ammo that they need. Why? Because this is not going anywhere. All right. This is Revelation 11. And we'll close on this as we normally do. 11 and 14, the second woe has passed. That's World War II. Behold, the third woe, that's World War III, is coming shortly. All right, so with that, just a little quick update on what happened in Kursk and why. It's really a nothing burger there, but anyway, just keeping you up. With that, we hope the elector edified you brothers and few sisters. With that, we can say shalom.